lesson. We're going to be carrying on looking at commas, and today we're going to be looking at how they can be used in different ways. So, we're going to be looking at how commas can be used to separate items in a list, how they can be used to separate extra information in a sentence, how they can be used between clauses, to show direct speech after a clause, and after a fronted adverbial at the beginning of a sentence. So, quick recap. Commas tell the reader to make a brief pause, not as long as the pause for a full stop. They're a little bit more complicated than other punctuation because we can use them in lots of different ways. Okay, so we've got here, the antique shop sells silver, paper, lanterns, drawers and vases. Can you make this sentence mean different things using the commas? So a bit like yesterday. So for example, if I have a look here, if I removed this comma, it would be sells silver paper, not silver paper lanterns, it would be silver paper. Or I could remove this one here and it would be sells silver paper lanterns, drawers and vases. Or if I removed both of these, it would be sells silver paper lanterns, drawers and vases. So like yesterday, the commas can make a big difference to what the sentence actually means. Okay. So the first thing we're going to be looking at is lists, and commas are used in lists to separate the different items like we just saw. However, and is used when you're separating the last item from the rest of the list. So in my fruit bowl, I have bananas, satsumas, and kiwis. So we have the comma here between the first two, and then an and here between the second and the last one. All right, have a look at this one here then. Write it down in your books for me. Can you punctuate it with commas in the correct places, please? Okay, so we have got my three favourite, oh no, didn't do that. My three favourite foods are fish pie, comma, stir fry, and pizza. The reason that you could have put my three favourite foods are fish, comma, pie, comma, stir fry and pizza, but it does say three favourite foods. So you then is going to have to be fish pie, comma, stir fry and pizza. All right, commas can also be used like brackets when you're trying to separate extra information. So this is the second use of commas that we're looking at today. These are sometimes called embedded clauses. The boy, who was only 8, won the award for Best Actor. And you need to notice that the sentence would still make sense if you got rid of that bit in the middle. So the boy won the award for Best Actor. Perfect. This gives us the extra information, and we show that by putting it between the two commas. The boy, who was only 8, won the award for Best Actor. All right. Can you write this sentence in your book, please, and put two commas in where the extra information is? Okay, so we've got the sandwich, comma, which was the only one left, comma, was delicious. How do we check we're right? Well, we try it without the bit in the middle. So the sandwich was delicious. Yep, that makes sense. The sandwich, which was the only one left, was delicious. Also makes sense. Commas are used between clauses to break up long sentences. They tend to be used before words like and, but, so, and for. And this may be slightly different to how your parents are taught because this often changes. Some people have the rule where you don't put a comma before and, some people do. Both are correct, technically. I was feeling really tired, so I got up and went to bed. I was feeling really tired is a main clause. It makes sense on its own. So I got up and went to bed is a subordinate clause. It doesn't make sense on its own. We put a comma between. Have a look at this one then. Yesterday I went to the shops, but today I stayed at home. Can you write that in your books or paper, please, and put a comma in the correct place? So it should be, yesterday I went to the shops, comma, but today I stayed at home. All right, this next one. Commas can be used before speech marks begin. Tommy shouted, comma, help me please, I'm stuck in here. The comma goes there to separate the person who is speaking from the speech itself. And commas can also be used after a fronted adverbial. That goes at the beginning of the sentence. Fortunately, comma, the next bus came 5 minutes later. So, your activity for today is as follows. I'm going to show you quickly. You've got here a sheet with 3 different levels of difficulty on it, and it's called Fix My Sentences. The first part of it, you need to repair the sentence by putting the commas in the correct place. The first level of difficulty tells you how many commas there are and why they are there. Then there are some tasks for you to complete. The answers are straight underneath. We then have the second task, slightly trickier, and then we have the third level. And you can tell that they are more difficult by looking at the stars at the bottom. The more stars, the more difficult it is. So we would like you to pick one of those, please, to have a go at. Write the sentences into your books unless you prefer to print it. Once you've done it, as I said, the answers are at the bottom for you to check and see if you've got it correct. For now,